God bless the United States, state of Tennessee, and Monroe County.
Commissioner Miller, would you lead us in our invocation, please?
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, as we come before the throne of grace once again this day, just to thank you, Lord, for giving us another day of life. And Father, for the blessing, God, to keep us upon us. Thank you, Lord, for your love and your mercy. We ask, Lord, that you just go with us throughout this meeting. Father, that everything we just said and done here today, God. Lord, let's help this county and help each and every one. Most of all, that we just always lift you up and you be glorified, Lord. We love you and thank you. Thank you for loving us and saving us in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Commissioner Wade.
Attention, salute.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
William Cross,
Here.
Danny Everhart,
Here.
Brian Harris, Craig Miller,
Here.
Adam Wells, DJ Silent,
Present.
Paulette Summey,
Present.
Roger Thomas,
Present.
Travis Wade.
Present.
8 present.
First are the minutes from our February 28th meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Brian Harrell, second.
Second.
Craig Miller, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next are the applicants for notary public. Do I hear a motion to approve these applicants?
So moved.
Second.
And second, DJ Siler and Brian Harrell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Next is our trustee trial balance report for the month. Do I hear a motion to accept?
So moved.
Roger Thomas, do I hear a second?
Second.
Travis Wade? All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Next is our resolution for Monroe County Finance and the Monroe County Finance report for the month. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Travis Wade,
Second.
second. DJ,
No,
Brian
Brian.
Harrell. Roll call, please.
William Cross,
Aye. Yes.
Danny Everhart,
Aye. No.
Brian Harrell,
Aye.
Craig Miller,
Aye.
DJ Silent,
Aye.
Paulette Summey,
Aye.
Roger Thomas,
Aye.
Travis Wade.
Aye.
Thank you. Next is Resolution 0328-5, a resolution to grant approval for the Monroe County Highway Department to submit an application to the Tennessee Office of the Secretary of Transportation. Whereas the Monroe County Highway Department through Monroe County Government requests permission to submit an application to the Tennessee Office of Secretary of Transportation titled Rebuilding America, Infrastructure with Stability and Equity, or RAISE. And it's a grant for Monroe County. Whereas the Monroe County Highway Department will follow proper procedures with this application, which will fund 100% of the total cost, up to $23,854,200 for the Highway Department budget. And whereas Monroe County meets all qualifications to participate in this grant to repair infrastructure lost to a road slide, replace 2 bridges, and pave 141 miles of roadway in Monroe County. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Monroe County, Tennessee, meeting in regular session this 28th day of March 2023, that this commission does hereby approve the application of the Monroe County Highway Department to the Tennessee Office of Secretary of Transportation. Do I hear a motion?
Motion. Second.
Okay, Roger Thomas and DJ Siler, second. Any questions? Roll call.
I'd just like to point out that he is in second district on the bridge and 2 in the third.
It's awesome. Hope we get all of it. Roll call, please.
William Cross. Danny Everhart. Brian Harrell. Craig Miller. DJ Simon. Paulette Summey.
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Travis Wade.
Resolution number 0328-5A, a resolution authorizing a multi-year copier lease purchase and maintenance agreement for the Monroe County Election Commission. Whereas the Monroe County Election Commission has need to upgrade, operate, and maintain their current copier, including hardware, software system within the respective offices. And whereas the current copier is not sufficiently meeting the needs of the function of the department in concern. Whereas the proceeds for a multi-year lease agreement are currently budgeted within the Monroe County Election Commission budget as being necessary in order to expedite the resolution of this matter. And whereas the projected cost of the copier, hardware, and software system is such that the payments need to be spread over more than one budget year, and the Monroe County Director of Finance does not have the authority to enter into a purchase contracts for this period of time without the approval of the Monroe County Board of Commissioners. Now therefore be it resolved by the Monroe County Board of Commissioners that the Monroe County Director of Finance be authorized to enter into a multi-year lease agreement with Image Matters, and the lease is not to exceed over a period of more than 60 months at a monthly payment of $189, which is no increase. Be it further resolved that this resolution be effective immediately upon the passage for the public welfare, demanding it on this 28th day of March 2023. Do I hear a motion?
Motion moved.
Okay, Roger Thomas, second by Brian Harrell. Roll call, please.
William Cross. Danny Everhart. Brian Harrell. Craig Miller. DJ Simon. Paulette Summey.
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Travis Wade.
Resolution number 0328-5B, be it resolved by the Monroe County Board of County Commissioners meeting in regular session March 28, 2023, that the following amendment for the Monroe County Health Department for the capital investment grant be made in the general fund budget for the fiscal year 2022-2023. Local match is paid by the county ARP funds, and it's in the amount of $383,200. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
William Cross,
Second.
second. Danny Everhart. Roll call, please.
William Cross. Danny Everhart. Brian Harrell. Craig Miller. DJ Simon. Paulette Summey.
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Travis Wade.
Resolution number 0328-5C. Be it resolved of the Monroe County Board of County Commissioners, meeting in regular session March 28, 2023, that the following amendment for the Monroe County Special Revenue Fund for the ARP TDEC grant for the county waterline projects be made in the Special Revenue Fund for the fiscal year 2022-2023. Local match is paid by the county ARP funds, and this is for $4,505,601.20. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Roger Thomas, second by Brian Harrell. Roll call.
William Kraus. Danny Earnhardt. Brian Harrell. Craig Miller. DJ Silent. Paulette Summey.
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Travis Wilkie.
Next is 0328-5D. Be it resolved of the Monroe County Board of County Commissioners, meeting in regular session March 28, 2023, that the following amendment for the Monroe County Maintenance Department for the courthouse litigation tax reserve be made in the general fund budget for the fiscal year 2022-2023. This is for elevator repairs for the courthouse to bring this up to safety code, and all unspent funds will revert back to the reserve. It's in the amount of $100,000. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Brian Harrell, DJ Siler. Roll call, please.
Hey, can we have?
Question, yes.
Yeah. Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Is this for the, for a new elevator?
Yes, new elevator, new
Everything?
working, everything out. It'll be the same shaft, the same location, but everything will be new. The electronics,
Okay.
phone system inside it.
Yeah, at this stage here for the repair.
No, this will be a completely new.
Complete new
Yes.
elevator.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Should that state new elevator instead of repair?
Yeah, I
Put the
think,
old shaft in
if you,
the fire truck.
Huh?
They put the old shaft back in the every fire truck, will all be new.
How much money of ADA goes to this, we know?
This is,
ADA, like, it's just.
no, I mean, we receive no ADA money to do it. We're just mandated by the ADA to do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just didn't know if that was one.
Right, we receive no funds. Now, we can, it would have to come from this body, we can amend the resolution to say new, because it will be a new elevator with everything in it, just the same location,
just repair.
so.
So we need to make a motion that we amend it.
If you want to strike out the word repair and add new, yes.
Yeah.
Is that what,
I'll make it.
about the ones that made the motion, is that what you would like? Okay. Okay,
Because I mean, this is what we're doing, you know,
okay.
let's
So,
put a Band-Aid on it.
right, so strike out repairs and put
Yeah,
new.
put new elevator.
Okay, now, roll call, please.
William Kraus. Danny Earnhardt. Brian Harrell. Craig Miller. DJ Silent. Paulette Summey.
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Travis Wilkie.
Thank you. Resolution number 0328-5E. Be it resolved by the Monroe County Board of County Commissioners, meeting in regular session March 28, 2023, that the following amendment for the Monroe County Sheriff's Department for the military reserve be made in the general fund budget for the fiscal year 2022-2023 for $12,000. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Roger Thomas,
Second.
second William Cross.
Discussion.
Discussion, go ahead.
Nobody's here from the sheriff's department, is it? Is
I
everybody
can
here?
try to answer it when you need.
Okay, that money's coming out of that gov deal stuff, like they sell that military surplus is what that's all about. And, that's money that he always has in there when he sells his military. It goes from budget to budget to budget, correct? That's all I need to know, thank you.
And that's all he can use it for.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
William Cross. Danny Everhart. Brian Harrell. Craig Miller. BJ Silent. Paulette Summey.
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Travis Wade.
Thank you. Next is the Monroe County Board of Education budget amendments. Do I hear a motion to accept?
So moved.
Brian Harrell, second. Anyone second?
Second.
Okay, DJ? Questions? Roll call.
William Cross. Danny Everhart. Brian Harrell. Craig Miller. DJ Silent. Paulette Summey.
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Travis Wade.
Thank you. Resolution number 0328-7. Resolution for the Monroe County, Tennessee to transfer lots number 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 of the Floral addition to the city of Sweetwater, Tennessee. Whereas Monroe County owns real estate located in the city of Sweetwater, Tennessee, and as identified by the assessor of property of Monroe County, Tennessee by November 23, 1975, plat of Floral addition recorded in the office of the Register of Deeds of Monroe County, Tennessee in Plat Book 1, page 117, now plat Cabinet B, slide 53B, and by street address as follows. It's Floral Addition, Southwood Wood Street, lots number, or address number 696, 678, 612, and 600, together with surrounding parts of unopened Southwood Street and Floral Street. And whereas it appears that Monroe County has no use for that property and that the county would realize no value for the sale of the property, the city of Sweetwater has asked for the property for educational purposes, as said property borders and is part of an area that feeds Sweetwater's water supply, is a buffer against environmental degradation of an important wetland resource, and offers an opportunity for Sweetwater students to study wetland ROM. And whereas it is in the best interest of Monroe County and all the citizens thereof to authorize Monroe County Mayor to execute a quitclaim deed transferring the above described property to the city of Sweetwater. Now therefore be it resolved that Monroe County transfer and quitclaim all its rights, title, and interest in and to unimproved real property identified as lots 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 of the Floral addition to the city of Sweetwater for educational purposes. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Brian
Second.
Harrell. Second, DJ. Questions, comments?
I guess the comment would be, we had talked about the amending the contract to include.
Amend the deed. We'll take care of it, I think.
Okay. That is, that's it, okay. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
William Cross. Danny Everhart. Brian Harrell. Craig Miller. BJ Silent. Paulette Summey.
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Travis Wade.
Thank you. Resolution number 0328-08, a resolution authorizing Monroe County to join the state of Tennessee and other local governments and amending the Tennessee State Subdivision Opioid Abatement Agreement and approving the related settlement agreements. Whereas the opioid epidemic continues to impact communities in the United States, the state of Tennessee, and Monroe County, Tennessee. Whereas Monroe County has suffered harm and will continue to suffer harm as a result of the opioid epidemic. Whereas the state of Tennessee and some Tennessee local governments have filed lawsuits against opioid manufacturers, distributors, retailers, including many federal lawsuits by Tennessee counties and cities that are pending in litigation captioned National Prescription Opioid Litigation, MDL number 2804, and the MDL case is referred to as the opioid litigation. Whereas Monroe County has previously joined settlements with 3 pharmaceutical distributors and the manufacturer. Whereas certain pharmaceutical manufacturers and retail pharmacy chains have proposed settlements that Monroe County finds acceptable and in the best interest of the community. Whereas the Tennessee legislature enacted public chapter number 491 during the 2021 regular session of the 112th Tennessee General Assembly and was signed into law by Governor Bill Lee on May 24, 2021, which addresses the allocation of funds from certain opioid litigation settlements. Whereas there is currently proposed litigation that would apply the statutory provisions passed in 2021 to the new manufacturing retail pharmacy chain settlements. Whereas the state of Tennessee, non-litigating counties, and representatives of various local governments involved in the opioid litigation have adopted a unified plan for the allocation and use of certain prospective settlement and bankruptcy funds from opioid-related litigation, referred to as settlement funds. Whereas the Tennessee State Subdivision Opioid Abatement Agreement, the Tennessee Plan, which is attached hereto, Exhibit A, sets forth the framework of a unified plan for the proposed application and use of settlement funds. Whereas amendments to the Tennessee Plan attached hereto as Exhibit B would extend its terms to the proposed settlement, streamline accounting for certain settlement funds, and address the allocation of certain funds from a manufacturing bankruptcy. And whereas participation in the settlements by a large majority of Tennessee cities and counties will materially increase the amount of settlement funds that Tennessee will receive from pending proposed opioid settlements. Now therefore be it resolved by the County Commission of Monroe County, Tennessee, Section 1, that Monroe County finds that the amendments to the Tennessee Plan are in the best interest of Monroe County and its citizens because they would ensure an effective structure for the commitment of settlement funds to abate and seek to resolve the opioid epidemic. Section 2, Monroe County hereby expresses its support for a unified plan for the allocation and use of settlement funds as generally described in the Tennessee Plan. Section 3, that Monroe County Mayor is hereby expressly authorized to execute the amendments to the Tennessee Plan in substantially the form attached as Exhibit B, and the county mayor is hereby authorized to execute any formal agreements necessary to implement a unified plan for the allocation and use of settlement funds that is substantially consistent with the Tennessee Plan and this resolution. Section 4, that the Monroe County Mayor is hereby expressly authorized to execute any formal agreement and related documents evidencing Monroe County's agreement to the settlement of the claims and litigation specifically related to Teva Pharmaceutical Industries Ltd., Algren Finance LLC, CVS Health Corporation, Walgreens Company, Walmart Incorporated, and any other settlement of opioid-related claims that Tennessee has joined. Section 5, that Monroe County Mayor is authorized to take such other action as is necessary and appropriate to effectuate Monroe County's participation in the Tennessee Plan and these settlements. Section 6, this resolution is effective upon adoption. The welfare of Monroe County, Tennessee requirement. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Roger Thomas, second.
Second.
Travis Wade. Roll call, please.
Quick question.
Okay.
In section 3, it says that you're authorized to execute an amendment substantially the Tennessee plan and substantially this. If there's any changes, will we be notified?
Yeah, and this opioid settlement money is very complicated. Gail and I, we were joking the other day, we thought the ARPA and the TDEC funds were complex. This is that times 10. There's 2 pots of money that'll be coming to Monroe County. One pot we will receive for 18 consecutive years. The other pot, it's TBA. In those 2 pots, one, the 18-year group, which is the largest number, we have very, very strict guidelines what that money can be spent on. And I think Commissioner Soloway is referring to the pot that's the short term, that it's more wide open. But yes, and what we have done, just like what we did with ARPA funding, we have created an opioid council that will consider all of the requests that will come in, what these funds can be used on. We will bring those recommendations to this body for you to approve the distribution of those funds. It'll come back before this board before any dollar is spent.
Perfect.
And you will see, let me add to that. You will also see, we're getting updates every month, every couple of weeks on how this money can be used. So we've actually received this money, the majority of it, but we're not 100% on exactly how it can be used yet. So I did not know until several weeks ago that the 2 pots of money have to be separated and have to be spent differently. So you will see the budget, the money coming into the budget, and some of it will have to be, I'll have to set it up as 2 different reserves. So you will see that on the balance sheet, and you will see amendments come and go as needed, basically. And we'll explain all that when the time comes.
Great. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Roll call, please.
William Cross. Dan Earnhardt. Brian Harrell. Craig Hill. BJ Side. Paulette Summey.
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Travis Wade.
Our last resolution is 0328-09, and we are appointing Ms. Jo Stakely as the county historian. Mayor, would you?
And I would like, if this body would, conduct that item of business first. And just to give you a little backstory, Ms. Jo Stakely has decided to retire as our county archivist. And she wanted to do that prior to the budget season. And so, you know, you're talking about a major hit when she brought that in that day. But she came back and she made my day. By state statute, the county can appoint a county historian, which is an unpaid volunteer position. Ms. Stakely, out of her own mouth, volunteered to do that because that's how much she cares about Monroe County. So we're going to have the best of both worlds. So I would like to take that item up for business and then recognize her if the county would.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Jay, lots of seconds and motions. Brian Harrell, all in favor? Unanimous.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Joe, if you'll come up, please. Well, yeah, I'm gonna let Representative Russell honor you first, and before anybody runs off, we do have a reception to follow the meeting tonight downstairs in the mayor's conference room, and we're very excited. That's just a small token of our appreciation, but we want to do a couple of things here publicly, get some pictures, and go ahead, Representative Russell.
Thank you, and I want to say thank you to the chair lady for allowing me to be here, to the commission for allowing me to present this proclamation from the state. When Mitch called me and said that Joe was retiring, I says, I've definitely got to come by and do a proclamation, because I wanted to thank her on behalf of the state of Tennessee, and also thank you as a resident of Monroe County for what you do. So this proclamation says, whereas it is fitting that we should recognize those citizens who have performed with uncommon devotion and enthusiasm throughout their careers in public service, and whereas Joe Stakely is one such individual who has served with distinction for 16 years as director for the Monroe County Archives and will be taking a much-deserved retirement on March 28, 2023. Throughout her tenure, Ms. Stakely has published several historical news articles, and the Monroe County Archives has been allotted more than $49,000 in grants. Whereas Ms. Stakely exemplifies the spirit of allegiance to the family and community that are characteristics of a true Tennessean, and whereas throughout her career, Joe Stakely has demonstrated the utmost professionalism, ability, and integrity, winning the respect and admiration of her colleagues and her community. Now therefore, Cameron Sexton, Speaker of the House of Representatives of the 113th General Assembly of the State of Tennessee, at the request of, in conjunction with Representative Lowell Russell and Mayor Mitch Ingram, do hereby proclaim that we extend to Joe Stakely our heartfelt wishes for a happy and fulfilling retirement and every continued success in her future endeavors. Congratulations. Mitch, you want to get in?
I'll try not to let you break the camera.
Okay.
Thank you.
Joe, when Lori and I started preparing this, I told her that we were going to do something a little bit different on this proclamation. You and I go back a ways because of my mother working with genealogy and how much she thought of you. And I tell you, Monroe County is losing and gaining at the same time tonight. But I'm going to read this. It says, we all have one person in our life that we can call on to get that one question answered to help solve a dilemma. For me personally, that person is Nell Jo Stakely, better known as Jo. She has been known on the other end to have many calls, texts, emails, visits from all over the world. Whether it is information needed to complete a document or voice singing the national anthem, Jo has been my first and foremost time only one phone call away. Down in our office, Jo, often we refer to you as Joe Knows, because most of the time you do know everything that we need to know. Jo has been instrumental in the completion of many projects in Monroe County, the organization of uncountable programs, and a valuable part of my staff. Being able to entrust the historical data to Monroe County to such a capable hands, and knowing that the citizens of Monroe County and their families have had someone like you to help them with their request has been a pleasure. Whereas the friendship that has lasted over many decades and has turned in and survived into a boss-employee relationship environment is one that I will continue to treasure. I hope I still get the farm calls that come in to come and assist CB and Daniel from time to time. Whereas Monroe County is in a win-win situation. Not only do we have the benefit of having a state-recognized archivist on staff, now we have the fortunate enough to have a county historian. And now tonight, I therefore, Mitch Ingram, Monroe County Mayor, do proclaim March 28th is Nell Jo Stakely Day. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words before we go down to the reception?
No, I've said quite a bit over the last 18 years. Thank you.
Madam Chair. Oh, I forgot. One more thing. That's a hand drawing of the court.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?